You've been now out of the boot camp for a few months, but you were talking about the results, and I thought, man, let's encourage people. Let's talk about it, and let's talk about it on the podcast. Well, we've got a lot of people who go there to say, okay, how can I be inspired? What are some of the things I can do? And I think your story is inspirational, and I think you're doing the right activities. So tell us. First off, about yourself. How long have you been in the business? What area you serve or the market, and a little bit about your story.
Sure. So I started in mortgages in 2019, complete career change. I had been in another industry for over 15 years in sales, switched to this business. It's been the best decision ever. I then have been kind of somehow navigating this business alone and figuring it out. And then about a year more ago, I learned about this LOBC, started joining every morning.
Loan Officer
Loved it.
Breakfast Club, by the way. So LOBC, for
Yes.
people who don't know what it is. So you found out about the Loan Officer Breakfast Club, you joined it, which is, by the way, free for everybody in the industry. If you don't know about it, go to loanofficerbreakfastclub.com. It's our gift. And we hang out for 30 minutes every morning with like hundreds of other loan officers and talk about what's working.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what had got me motivated. I was
Yeah.
surrounded by successful people, and I try to listen in until I finally decided to make that step and invest in myself and become a part of this group. And so with that came so much information and
Yeah.
just motivated me. The biggest thing I think it gave me was freedom in
Yeah.
in that when I started, I just kind of let my emails dictate my day, didn't know exactly what activities would bring results,
Yeah.
and was hoping, and now I know what to do every single day that will move my needle. And
Mhm.
so it has. In June, I had a huge month. I had like eight deals closed. It was one of the biggest months I've had. I did Steve's boot camp, and from that too, I really learned about just staying true to my schedule and following this plan. As easy as you get busy, you want to, fall off the daily activities that
Yeah.
should come first. And it works. It has truly been a significant game changer in the way that I operate my business. It does feel freeing. I do know that the business is coming,
Yeah.
and it's true to my results that I'm getting now. So,
Hey, so Tanya, let me ask you this. As because that's, I mean, 2019 is relatively new
yeah.
in the business, and
Mhm.
then to go through the headwind that we went through, and now thankfully the market is giving us a bit of a tailwind, and I hear it a lot. Somebody will say, "Dude, if I just knew what to do, I would do it."
Mhm.
And or I'm super busy, but then when you look at what the activities are, they're good activities, but
Mhm.
they're not necessarily what actually brings in your next closing. And so talk to me about this. Over the last several months, what do you think? And I'm going to ask you for two things, two activities that have helped you get the results that you're seeing, because your business is growing. I mean, you literally last month, and I'll give our listeners an example. Well, tell us your results last month, and what are they doing this month? Because even your lead count, we're halfway through the next month,
Mhm.
and you've already got almost the same amount of leads you had a month ago. And so your leads are clearly, if you're on this trajectory, you're going to double your lead count.
Mhm.
And so talk about the results last month and this month. And then I want you to tell me, what are the two things that have helped you the most building your pipeline and scaling at the level you are?
Sure. So, what I'm seeing so far in August, last month, I saw 27 leads.
Yeah.
So, as six of those are now under contract. And then, as far as September goes, we're at September 19th, I'm 22 leads currently. And so, those are majority of those are already into applications,
Mhm.
and so they're great leads.
Yeah.
So I'm super stoked about those. And the activities that I'm doing, the two that I feel have been the biggest game changer in my business is I structure my day and time block my pretty much from 8:30 to 11:30, but specifically from 9:30 to 11:30, I'm on the phones. And I don't really get into my emails or anything like that, which is scary at first, but having that time clock, focusing on those calls, calling the people that I want to call. And the second thing to those calls is asking for the business.
Mm,
And the more ask, and
mm.
it's so surprises me that what a gentle ask can lead to, and from people that you might think, oh, this is going to be awkward to ask, but just asking for the business
Yeah.
has really been a game changer, because I don't think many of my past database or some of the clients I'm currently working on realize I'm always looking for referrals. And so by asking that question of who do you know has really significantly changed and allowed me to get these referrals that I'm getting.
Hey, but Tanya, that's super salesy. Like, I don't want to be a salesperson. I don't want to be pushy. How did you respond to that?
So yeah, that is
Like, you
certainly
mean I got to
something.
ask for the business every time? Like, Tanya, that's crazy. I don't want to be pushy.
Well, the thing is that everybody in your past database, they've already like you, love you, trust you, and
Yeah.
they want to help you out. And so it is a kind, gentle ask. Hey, who do you know? Who do you know that might be looking to buy a home, sell a home, refinance? They want to tell about you. It's like going to a restaurant and you had such great experience. You want other people to go try it out. Same. You have to realize that's kind of the same experience they have with this process. And even with the realtors, if you're giving that service to them, they see
Yeah.
it, they want to help you, they want
Mm,
to do more business with you. And so that is just something you have to overcome in your head, to realize that they don't know that you're looking to. They don't know that you want referrals. And so you just have to remind them. And you might not get it on the spot. I find oftentimes uh, a few weeks later, I might get someone and then they tell me who told them. And I said, oh, that's because I just asked a few weeks ago. So it makes them become top of mind. And the key thing that I learned too is to ask, like, hey, can I count on you to give me a call when you do hear of someone that's looking to buy, sell, or refinance? And
yeah.
that phrase helps them for some reason
Yeah.
remember that, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I told Tanya I should connect you guys. So,
Mm. Hey, so it little awkward at first. And listen, I always say it like this: you do the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable.
mhm,
And then somebody says, well, how do I know what to do? Just do what's already got proven results. Like
mhm,
everything that we focus on at the marketing animals, and like what I focus on in the 8 week boot camps that we're doing, it's like we're not hoping. Hope's not a strategy, by the way. So it's not like I hope this works. We have the purview of being around thousands of loan officers that have been in our organization and have been coached and are sharing their results. So it's like, if I know I pull this lever and $100 bill comes out, I'm not
mhm.
going to go try to pull another lever. It's like, I'm going to keep pulling this lever. And then if I know that another lever pulls $1,000 bill, it's like, okay, now I get to choose. I want hundreds or thousands, but I'm not going to change levers because I know this one has a result. And what I love, you said something, and I love how you framed it, because I think part of it is it's this fear of they're going to think I'm salesy. It's a fear of I'm being pushy. It's a past experience of what a bad salesperson is, and what we're doing is really just staying top of mind. And I love how you said this. It's the kind, gentle ask. I'm gonna steal
Mhm.
that. Like that's so good.
Yeah,
Because when you
that's
think of it like a kind, gentle ask, it's like, no, I'm not being pushy. You know what I'm doing? I'm being a real business person because I'm not assuming you're thinking of me. And I'm just in a very kind, gentle way saying, hey, listen, Tanya, can I count on you? And inserting in the very simple, there's only 3 design conversations that when you really master them, will transform your business. Hey, let me go back to one thing. You're currently on trajectory for this month to have 37 to 40 leads,
mhm,
and you're putting about one in every 4 in your pipeline. So just from the growth in your business of 6, you just with the leads you're currently having are building a pipeline of 8. And as those leads continue to grow, because here's what we know: the more loans I have, the more
mhm,
opportunities for the kind, gentle ask. And that just compounds itself. So it's like you're on this trajectory of, it's like 6. 8, you'll bump to 12 to 15 to 20. And it's just exciting because you know what you've uncovered? The lever that pulls down $1,000 bills.
Hmm.
And
Exactly.
that's empowering.
Yeah. For sure, because I absolutely think, I showed up without a plan for so many years.
Yeah.
And then now I feel like I have a plan. And
Mm,
it's like, when you go to the gym, you can go up, show up, but this really keeps you down. This has given me a plan, a workout plan. And,
yeah.
it has taken time, and you can see the results slowly but surely. And yes, it's super exciting to see. And I'm so thankful for the plan that has gotten me to where I'm at right now.
Yeah. Hey, well, you know what? When you just said that, you know what I thought about? You can work out on your own or you can hire a trainer. And that trainer's going to be able to help you. Like you know what's amazing about you? The first time I met you, I knew you were already going to be successful.
Mhm.
All we do is help accelerate it because now you got a trainer who's saying, "Hey, what if you did this one little tweak?" I love in Jim Collins' book, Good to Great. He talks about it's not the biggest changes that make the biggest difference. It's usually just that. See, you were already making calls. You were already intuitively knowing who to reach out to. The two big linchpins or keys for you were, hey, could I build it in a routine, which we
Mhm.
call that like your calendar, that's
Yeah.
livable, by the way, that's not chaotic and not sustainable, but livable routine.
Mhm.
And then can I just add a few simple, kind, gentle ask
Yep.
at each phone call? And look at it, girl.
Yep. And the accountability too. That is
Oh, that's a big piece
definitely a
too.
big
Hey, talk about
thing.
that because when I hear accountability and listen, you're such a gentle spirit. And what I mean by that, like you're not somebody I think of accountability sometimes and it's like me, it's like I'm gonna beat you over the head.
Mhm.
But you're such a gentle, kind, thoughtful person. Talk to me about accountability. How does
Well,
somebody like you find accountability and what does it really look like?
Well, I just like having to be surrounded by other people doing the same things. It motivates me, it encourages me.
Yeah.
I find it helpful to hear from them and their results. And so I show up daily because I want to hear from them, and I want to I want to show them too
Yeah.
that I'm here and share my successes because my wins can help them grow as well. And it's just a nice team. I don't know how to really describe it, but it makes you want to show up and you want to
Mm,
be on there because you're doing it all together as a team
I love
and
it.
surrounded by just like-minded people. And
Yeah, hey, you know what I always say is culture is a current and you're either going against it or you're going with it. And what's really cool is you've got all of these people from different organizations that are linking arms and they may not be at the same place, but they're still putting on, it's like, dude, I've got this brotherhood or sisterhood of people that when I'm discouraged, guess what? Tanya, you're having success and you're encouraged and your encouragement result helps me stay motivated. And here's the key consistent, because without that camaraderie, it's really, really easy to have big ups and big ups because I'm winning. And then you have big lows because today was a tough day, but it's that community that really keeps you accountable to your goals and dreams. So I love that.
absolutely. Hmm.
Hey, and we use it, and it's really one of the mechanisms we use or the tools we use is what we call call stars. And that's something that were you doing call stars before the boot camp?
No,
Off and
yes,
on?
I was doing the call stars before the
Yeah.
boot camp, but the boot camp really did help me to further feel more confident and the phone
Mm,
less heavy because I
that's
got more
funny.
comfortable with maybe making some tweaks to my script. And
Yeah.
more important, I think, Steve, what you told me is the value that I bring, where
Hey,
I
talk
don't
about that. Talk about it.
I don't feel like that salesperson, sometimes I get intimidated by, talking to a realtor that may already have another lender, but I bring something different, and the value that I bring is worth them meeting with me. And because I often had the thought of why would they want to meet with me? And I learned from you, Steve, that like I have value, and think about
Mm,
all the people that I have helped,
yeah.
and that this meeting is brings value to them.
I love it. Hey, well, listen, give our listeners some final thoughts. What would you want to share in some closing thoughts with somebody who really, I'm hearing people that may be in your same situation. I'm doing work. I'm not sure it's the right work that's moving the needle. I find myself saying I'm busy. I'm not seeing the trajectory of my leads and closings increase. At the end of the week, I get done saying I'm exhausted, but I don't know if I did enough. I don't know if I did the right activity. I want to have great success. I believe it's possible, and I'm hearing you talk about your success. And if you can do it, I can do it. Now, what would you say to that person?
I would say make the change. I would definitely jump in on the loan officer breakfast club in the mornings
Mhm.
and just commit and
Yeah.
do what everybody else is doing that's working because it does work. And the biggest thing, it brings freedom. You
Mhm.
don't have that feeling of what if or what does that next month look like. If one cancels, you know that there's others about to come through because you're doing those activities and you're not living in that, am I doing the right things?
Mm.
And it's just focus on these activities and trust the process and know that it will lead to good results.
Well, girl, I'm so proud of you. And I love being able to be in a community with you and your success and the momentum I'm watching you gain is just, I love it. It couldn't happen to a better person.
Well,
Thank
I
you for,
thank you because I mean, I'm telling you, I cannot be even more happier to have been a part of your boot camp, specifically learning from you and just all the things that y'all bring to this. It's just the most incredible thing ever.
well, thank you. Hey, and listen, this is why we do what we do. We are truly better together. So thank you for being an inspiration and just encouraging everyone who's listening to the podcast.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Man, I absolutely love this. Hey, and if you're listening today, the purpose of this podcast is I want to encourage you that you have what it takes. You're a warrior, you're a champion, you're a professional. And if you're listening today and you say, man, Steve, I'd love some help with that. I've got something that I'd love to talk to you about. It's the Five Loans Challenge, and it's the boot camp that we're doing. I've got one coming up. There's only a couple of spots left. But I tell you what, if you have a burning desire to really lean into, we talk about four things: the math skill, discipline, belief, and in 8 weeks, we really help you with what Tanya was talking about. How do I know what to say? How do I know when to say it? How do I learn a way to have a kind, gentle ask and be intentional with my business without living in the chaos? And if you're saying that's me, then look, go to loanofficersuccess.com, loanofficersuccess.com. You're going to fill out a couple of pieces of information, just helps me know more about you. And then once you hit submit, it takes you to my calendar page and just pick a 15-minute spot. And let's just talk about it. Let me see if the boot camp's a good fit for you. It's very limited. I'm doing only a handful of boot camps, but it's for people who say, you know what? It's time for me to take control of my business. I know I can do this. I just need a few tweaks. And with this, we'll see big results. And if that's you, you heard yourself in Tanya's story, then I want you to go to loanofficersuccess.com. We're going to help you overcome call reluctance, help you put a little bit of structure in your day to remove chaos, focus on the four pillars of your business. And in 8 weeks, you'll see a transformation. I believe you do the work. I'm going to help guide you, and you're going to come out with a whole different perspective and the excitement of momentum on your side. So, loanofficersuccess.com, and we'll see you on the inside. See you.